All right, ladies and gents, welcome to a new week on the charts. Hope you're all doing well, guys. Almost time to get this show on the road. Without further ado, guys, as always, good morning, good afternoon, and a very, very, very good evening, no matter where we are right around the world. Welcome to another edition of the London session. As always, looking forward to seeing what we can come up with moving forward here today on the charts. Looking at gold, we'll also take a look at some other currency pairs as per request. So let's have a go on. As we can see, gold is pushed to the upside off the back of the open of the new week. So we'll obviously analyze gold. In the meantime, guys, you guys know the drill. If you could, don't forget YouTube, make sure to hit that like button. Let's get the masses onto the stream. And TikTok, do me a favor and make sure to smash that little screen. Continue to do it. It's the least you can do. Just show some support for the stream. In the meantime, guys, any charts, any questions, anything you'd like to have a chat about in general, feel free to send that into the chat. Yeah, let's enjoy it, guys. Let's just chill, see again what the charts offer here today, and have a general chit chat about how things are. I hope you're all doing well. So guys, let's get cracking. Let's start with the news. Let's see what we've got moving forward here today. If there is anything of high impact scheduled for our particular session, as we can see, there obviously is not. Could be also agreement in regards to the shutdown of the US government, the Senate. Obviously we can see agreement is nearly ready, as it says here, so that maybe is what has spurred the back of risk being back on. We've had obviously equities also to the upside with Nasdaq, along with obviously gold, the major currencies, commodity currencies, the Aussie dollar, one of those. It's also pumped to the upside. Let's have a look at moving forward into today. MY, nothing of high impact. We do have FOMC board members speaking. So as mentioned, guys, with the perhaps an agreement done, return to government in the US, just be on the lookout for that, because that could definitely have some sort of impact on the markets moving forward. Obviously USD pairs and gold. Moving forward tomorrow, we've got a big day for the pound by the looks of it, so we'll be on stream for that. Will we actually? I'm not sure just yet, but we'll be available tomorrow, but I'll have to let you guys know closer to the event. Otherwise, guys, let's go cracking. Let's have a look at the gold, and let's start the weekly time frame and look at that. So have we now created that higher low, created that swing low? Normally in the weekly, I'm looking to see the strength of the previous weekly candle and how it closed, but irrespective of the time and the day, if we are engulfing that previous weekly candle, I automatically revert to the current weekly candle. And what we can see is we've had multiple long wicks to the downside here. What these suggest to me is perhaps we'll grab some downside liquidity in order to push back up, potentially back towards the resistance at the all-time high on the higher time frame here. So off the back of that, we are strong bullish. So what I normally be looking for off the back of this is either one of two options: a continuation buy of the current daily candles high, or a pullback buy. So once we go down to more so to 15, we'll see what sort of minor levels we may have within this candle where price could potentially make a bit of a pullback to, and we could perhaps look for some potential buy options from that level of support. Onto the daily time frame, what we can see is we've broken through a resistance over here to the left, which is obviously that previous weekly candles high. Not much of enough lower wick, sorry, in a current daily / weekly. Do we need it? Again, you guys know how I feel about that. Not necessarily, as long as any pullback is met by support, and we're likely just going to continue to the upside. Got some momentum, margin here. It's potentially up towards that 41.30 sort of region. So again, very bullish here on the daily time frame. The 4-hour structure remains bearish, but obviously we've just broken out the resistance again. It's been consolidating below it. We've now since broken it. So off the back of that, we're going to start to mark in some levels here. What we may do is eventually just shift it across. We're going to mark in the recent resistance that we have broken out of to begin with. To the upside, we're a fair distance off, so we'll wait and see what we've got on the 15-minute time frame, which we will now move on to. All right, so I'm just going to adjust this back across the most recent price action. We know it is a previous 4-hour resistance, lines up with the recent support formed within the current daily candle, which to me looks like a pretty good level, where if we could look to pull back, if price did eventually pull back to that zone, could look for some potential buy options. We know that point there, it's retesting that previous 4-hour resistance as well. We have done so though, so we don't necessarily need to do so. We did so on the following candle straight away. We did tap into that resistance. So on the 15-minute time frame here, I mean, we could even drag that up. Let's see what that looks like on the 4-hour. Let's just mark in with the horizontal first, see what we can do. All right, so we'll use this level as the 4-hour level, and that is one potential pullback zone for price to look for some potential buys from. So we'll be looking at that now. Further levels, so guys, what I can see is we've formed some minor support up near the high of the day. Now, I'm not necessarily saying I'm going to look to sell below it at this stage. What I want to see in order, so I'll give you the options now, guys. First of all, as far as any potential sell, I believe there is two probable options that we could be waiting for. One, 4-hour is about to close, and it's closing, yes, strong bullish. So normally that would suggest that if we break the high of the previous candle, likely going to head bullish. Counter probabilities would be to the upside. However, what I'm thinking is, guys, if the new 4-hour candle pops up without really a low wick, little low wick's okay. If it pops up without much of a low wick, breaks above the high of previous 4-hour, then begins to pull back, it's going to do one or two things. They're going to form support at the previous level, where we could potentially look for a buy option, or just mark that in quickly. Supposed to go over the sells first, but that could be a potential buy option. Or it's going to obviously pop up, break the previous candle's high, pop back down to that support, trigger in some buys, trap those buys, pop below, and that is when I start to trust any potential sell option. Without that, I'm not going to look to sell it below the current support, because what my concern would be at the minute is that we could just in fact be pulling back on the new 4-hour to grab a little bit of liquidity. It drops below, tricks us into a sell, pops back up, ends up back above support. We break the high of the previous 4-hour candle, and then we continue bullish. So I'm a little bit concerned by that. So therefore, without that scenario playing out, where we pop up, break the high, pop back down, triggering buyers, trap those buyers, without that scenario, I won't be looking for the sell from up at this point here. So that will leave me therefore with preferable buy options. Now, the current daily candles high, if we were to zoom to the left, I do believe there is a little bit of minor resistance here that we are fast approaching. We're pretty much at. We'll just mark that level in. Now, I would still perhaps consider a buy above the current daily candles high, because we do have the momentum to the upside at the minute. We are trending, that is fact. We're not in consolidation, we are in a impulse phase. So if price was to close up near the high, then perhaps I would consider it. I mean, there's only a minute and a half left of the current candle, so it's unlikely to do it. But aside from that, we're going to be looking for potential buy options above the resistance here. Let's just mark it in so we know exactly what level. Just shift that up. So above 4,083.86 is where I would prefer to be above. But again, like I mentioned, I'm not ruling out continuation buys above the current daily candles high as well. So that is pretty much the deal. That is pretty much the deal, guys. Further options obviously upon the deeper pullback. At that point, again, we could just look to obviously buy from the previous 4-hour support yet again if it did form support, and we're way off it, but potential sells back below it. So that is the deal, guys. I hope that makes sense. Make of that what you will. One thing you need to do is don't forget, please smash that like button on YouTube, TikTok, hit that little screen for us, and let's have a good one. So that is the goal, guys. Let's move on quickly to GJ chart I sent into the members group, and to me it's just awkward area. It's quite range bound. It's up at a 4-hour resistance. It's at a level of accumulation here to the left hand side. The structure here on the 4-hour time frame is definitely bearish, so it's definitely a level where I would prefer to sell it from. Now let's quickly have a look at the top down. Now the weekly, similar to gold, so you've had two long wick projections into a level of resistance here. well back below 200 flat last week, only to close back above it. If we were to begin to break above that previous weekly candles high, do believe there's a higher probability that price will eventually approach that 350 sort of region back at the higher time frame resistance here. Let's now move on to the daily time frame. So a lagging gold here. We've not broken that previous weekly / daily, or broken the daily, but previous weekly candles high. Once again, we can see we're at some solid resistance here to the left. Counter probabilities are to the upside. Irrespective of that, as I always mention to you guys, we need to ask ourselves, where are we on the chart? We're obviously right up near higher time frame resistance. Not necessarily the best spot to be looking to buy it. So if you were looking to buy it, for me, logically, it would be back at support. We don't have 4-hour support back until 208 roughly. So I'd rather 200.8, sorry. So I'd rather look for buys from the most recent support form within a current daily candle. Well, it's not technically the most recent, but around those Asian session lows, it'll give us more margin and take a bite back up. Otherwise, I'd be preferencing the sells from up this 4-hour resistance. A little bit choppy to the downside, but if it popped back up, create a tap into that resistance and rejection, eventually could sell off the back of that. Quickly onto GU similar to GJ, just range bound, so I would therefore wait for it to pop back down to support to test the last significant high or low on a 15-minute time frame. So long as price remains above this swing point here, it's technically bullish in structure on the minor time frame, so therefore I would prefer the upside whilst we're approaching that support. Otherwise, look to sell it from the resistance. Pretty straightforward, guys, on those pairs. The currency pairs at the minute, they're pretty much just range bound, and as you guys know, my focus is on the gold, so let's just stick with the gold. To be honest, guys, I really want gold to dump. I just wanted to dump. I wanted to accumulate physical. I really want to pull back first, but may not do so. It doesn't necessarily have to. In the meantime, guys, welcome one and all. Who we got here today? Tony Gold, Franco, Bartman, Stanley Chama, my raw model. Lau, good morning to you. TikTok, welcome to you all, the 50 plus of you. Don't forget to follow if you've not already done so, and also have a think about jumping across to the YouTube stream, guys, just in case I do go missing on TikTok. Get the full screen, you get the numbers, the price scale, all that on the right hand side, so could be of you know best interest. In the meantime, let me have a look through the chat. Have I missed anything? Don't be shy to say g'day. Gulo, sorry, Marvin. When are we going to trade the retracement? There is no retracement at the minute. Are you making mean to the upside? No confirmation to sell it at the minute. What else have we got from the TikTok team? Ricky, good afternoon, good evening from Oz. Welcome to you. Oliver Kane was caused a strong uptrend today. I'm not, well, could be just price action, to be honest. I think it probably has something to do with the fact that there is potential agreement to with the US Senate to get things back on the road, apparently. So obviously it says here the Senate Majority Leader soon states that an agreement is nearly ready. That's on X. Democrats are ready to bring bills to stop government shutdown. Okay, could be up the back of that. Could be the risk sentiment back on. That's what I'm assuming, but also could just be the fact that gold is in a strong uptrend. I still, that to me, the weekly, irrespective of the pullback, still is very strong bullish structure here on the weekly. So it could have finally pulled back to create high low, grab a little bit more downside liquidity. It's obviously bouncing off that 4K level, which we did in fact close just back above. So we've not closed below it yet on the weekly time frame here. So psychological round number, Perhaps that's the level where a lot of the algos have bought in. Perhaps that's the level where a lot of the hedge funds have bought back in. So who knows, but I got a feeling something to do with the fact there could be an agreement to get things back up and running in the US when it comes to obviously their government. Future trading, what's the dumping price? What do you mean the dumping price? Wizzy, what's the outlook for gold into London session? Preferring buy options. We've just had the 4-hour closure. What Etsy mentioned was if the new 4-hour pops up without much of a lower wick, breaks the high, begins to reject, pops back down to this support, traps those buyers, so triggers in buyers, traps the buyers, closes below, that's the only time we'll consider a sell. Otherwise, I'm just going to look for buy options. If it just dumps, I'm just going to look for a buy from pullback or potentially continuation buy. So let's just see if we trigger in sellers here, close back bearish, maybe perhaps close above this bearish high in a following candle. That could also be enough for me to look for some buy options. So we'll see. T-Bird, all good, brother, all good. Kia ora, my friend. There you go. Michael Hughes, good day to you. Senju, what strategies do you apply mainly to? What strategies? My own, mate. My own. The interruption counter entry is not something you see on someone else's stream. I don't trade fair value apps or any of that. SMC, I don't trade it. To be honest, people think I do. If I do, I'm unaware of it because I've never actually looked at SMC in my life in regards to what the strategy actually is. Because I don't just trade buys from support, sells from resistance. I look for continuation buys. I look for breakouts they present. I look for zone to zone buys. So closures above, pull back, retest on the following candle, entry, so on and so forth. So do you teach it anywhere? Yeah, I do have a VIP group, mate. I've mentioned it many times. Used to do private coaching. Had some fantastic results of that, but it's just so time consuming. Still actually offer it, but prefer the group setting, to be honest. Yeah, it's all in the profile, mate, on my profile page. So how are we, team? How was the weekend? I haven't even started a Zoom call for my team. I can tell you here was shithouse weekend. Melbourne's weather is, for the best part, fucked. If you guys can, you know what I mean by that. I can't really say the F-bomb because I think I get in trouble now on YouTube. It was terrible. I think we had our coldest November day in 80 years apparently on Saturday, and Sunday wasn't much better. Today it was a little bit better, but still shithouse. Tomorrow, forget about it. It's going to challenge Saturday apparently for setting a record for the coolest November day. It was terrible. Just raining cats and dogs, windy, freezing, Arctic breeze. Typical Melbourne. Shithouse one day, even worse the next. Just when you think it can't get any worse, it just does. Michael, good weekend. Nice one. User, what do you need? Asian session is the bomb. I always mention I love Asian session. I just don't have the time to trade it for the most part. Asian session, for those who think, because it was the common theme when I first started trading, everyone was Asian session. Forget about it. Maybe back then, I'm not sure. Maybe it was just low volume. But every time I come to the charts, nearly every time, if I've not been on the charts at all during the day, remember I am over in the same time region as the Asian session, without doubt there's been some nice moves. And once again today, look at that. I mean, some big moves here. Entry for me would have been probably right there. So at Tokyo Open, that's where I would have been looking for an entry for sure. Yeah, Asian session is great. It's just whether or not you got the time to trade it. Seabed, what about global warming though, bro? I'm not a believer in all that. No, I don't mean to offend anyone, but I'm just not. I think it's just cycles. It's just the way things go. I don't think it's caused by you know, pollution. And yes, it's not good to pollute, you know, the air, and you know, throwing trash out without disposing it properly and all that crap. And I agree, it is not, I agree, because in certain parts of Thailand when I'm there, certain times of year, and actually you can really, you can smell it in the air. It's just, the air is really not fresh in some parts, especially January, February, December and January, the worst 2 months basically for that, and February. So but that was his hacked entry. Nice one, man. Cracking entry. Just hope it gives us an opportunity on stream to get involved. Let's have a look at the 5 minute here. We are now approaching with some volume. 3 minutes left of this candle, which closes the M15. So if we close up near a high, we have triggered in some sells at this point here. I may be looking for an option to take a buy. Sorry guys, my team members, here we go. Here's a link. Voila, what am I looking to do? Potential buys here on gold. Sure, without looking into it, I've got a also valid entry on the 5 minute on a slightly different entry type. I just need to wait 2 minutes though. Wait for a low wick. Now, stop loss placement would have to be below low of the current candle. Now, the 4 hour, we have created a bit of low wick. We will be breaking high that previous 4 hour candle, so you got those counter probabilities to the upside. Yes, it does look a little overextended, and that is the risk involved. But we have triggered in some sellers, so we are accumulating at the current area below the current daily candles high. If we begin to break above it, we are approaching with volume. So we are breaking it just now. I can see my broker's chart. Oh man, don't take off without us. And it must leave an upper wick. And the new candle must have a decent lower wick. Reason being is because now stop loss is going to stretch out. That's the 5 minute, sorry, that's stop loss. Can't use the 5 minute for the stop. It's about roughly 60 pips at the minute. My particular broker is 4,078.76, so 4,079 potential entry point. Stop is currently about 60, roughly 60 pips. Don't want this to pull back though, to be honest, in the last 30 seconds. If this pulls back to below these wicks, then I'm not really trusting it. look at the 30. So we've broken the 4-hour high. We'll be re-breaking the high at the entry. It's looking all right now, guys. All right, so I need a low wick. And now I'm going to be looking for an entry. Oh, it's just left a tiny, really tiny upper wick. All right, I'm seeing an entry. 4079 flat. All right. There you go. I've not actually been triggering, so I set in after it actually popped up, so I'll be triggered in if it pops back up again, which is all right. It's probably better that way. It's making a bit more of a low wick. 7-9. I'm actually going to raise it just above the entry candle. It's safer. 7-9. Let's go 7-9-15. 7-9. Yeah, 9-15. Spread is half a pip on my broker. So a little bit above the entry candle. All right. So 4079.15. All right, it's probably better this way too, because waiting for it to create more of a low wick. Now, to the upside, yes, we do have some minor resistance here, but aside from that, it is pretty clean to the left. And I'm not saying I'm just targeting 4,100. That could be an eventual destination. Wow, look at that rejection. Wow. Probably lucky I didn't get set it after it popped up. Who's your mentor? I am now. Jafar. I've had a few different mentors, but I became one pretty much by default in my last group. Abu, good day to you. Oh, this is strong pullback, guys. So this is all right. This is not bad, because in all honesty, I would rather buy the pullback. To me, it's just better value buying it from lower down. Seeing we have already pushed quite a distance throughout the current daily candle. Gian 8266. Hi there, what's the basis? Will you short gold now? Look, no, I'm not going to look for the retracement short. I'm looking for buy options. Stanley, it will be helpful to someone like me if you can make a video on risk management. How to, if I not got one, I'm pretty sure I may have one on that. I'll take note of that. Franco. Yeah, I was gonna say the M15 one was here and I got tapped into before the stream. That would have worked. That would have been a cracking entry. Yeah, I'm removing the order, guys. I don't like the pullback. I'm gonna wait. Wait and let things settle down a little bit, and let's see if it does actually make the pullback down for some buys from lower down with more margin. for any resistance to continue to push up. Well, again, a good thing is, yes, we're triggering some sellers. So that means we're creating some more resistance, and if prices to approach and close up near the high or just above it, that will give me an entry signal to the upside again. So at the minute, what I'm waiting for is either this or this. Five-minute pulling back right into the consolidation. So we have broken the Asian range high. Well, I know technically the Asian session is still open, but we broke the levels of concern for me during the time frame that I wish to obviously have this indicator set to. That is the Tokyo Open until the Euro Open, and we've obviously broken above it, popping back in towards that range again. The most recent support within this range is the 15-minute level at 4,067. So that's where I could potentially look for options to take a buy from. Once again, I am praying that gold absolutely shits the bed. I was gonna buy over the weekend. I was so close to buying, but well, no, I'll wait and see how things open up. Came to charts before. Wow, should have just bought it. it is what it is. Always, it's all part of trading, accumulating. I gotta be careful what word I use so I don't get it bad. Brandon, will it pull back possibly? Well, it looks like it's trying to. Alright, just give me 2 seconds. I'll be really quick. To mention last Thursday, I think it was, guys. Don't be surprised if you see a few different types of videos pop up, more so on TikTok. They may eventually make their way to YouTube as well. But I want to expand on things. Again, I'm really into my colognes, fitness as well. So I may even do a few videos on fitness, nutrition. Definitely colognes is something, and just the honest review of certain colognes. Not bullshit. You know, obviously none of it's paid or sponsored. So just something different, bit of fun. I think something I enjoy myself. So gold signal. Here we go. Here we go. It's on YouTube this time. Wow. Usually on TikTok. You see, Bitcoin is also pushed to the upside. over the last few days. We're back above that 100k, and that's another thing on a high time frame here. It's not yet closed below 100k Bitcoin. Something I did mention quite a while ago. So long as it remains above it, I do believe that the uptrend is still intact. To be honest, also just what I'm thinking logically, I don't think Trump wants to go down as the president that crashes the markets. Yes, it's a big bubble, and yes, I'm not having any part of it because I just think everything's overinflated. The Nasdaq's held up by obviously the high end of the tech stocks, that being the Apple's, Nvidia's, Palantir, I think's in the top 7 now, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not too sure. Microsoft, so on and so forth. I mean, it's only so long that they can continue up. It's all overinflated, it's all on hope. But again, I don't think Trump's going to be the one that crashes it all. I think he's going to prop up the economy personally, what I believe the US economy. I do believe they may even start with QE again, so cash handouts. And also, but I've also been, what I've heard is from the comments I follow, that there is an issue with the banking system, with the liquidity in the US and a lot of the countries. And the reason why they will eventually need to, you know, go back to quantitative easing and handing out cash is because a lot of people will flood that back into the banking system. Yes, some will use it in the general economy, shopping, so on and so forth, pay for bills and that. But I know when, you know, when we've got handouts throughout COVID, it obviously goes to your bank. A lot of people keep it in your bank account. A lot of people pay off debt as well, obviously. So if that is to be the case, then again, people are going to have some cash. They're going to feel happy about things. They're going to buy risk on, and that will continue to push the equities markets to the upside. But once again, I do feel personally it's overinflated, and it's just not for me at the moment. The cryptos, Nasdaq, S&P, all that stuff, for me, I feel like there is much better value out there. For me, the value is still silver. Silver is still by far and away probably the most undervalued play. In a pump here to the upside yet again, approaching that $50 region. I really wanted to dump as well, but can't always get what you want. So the best thing to do is just DCA, and that is what I've been doing. Accumulated another 4 ounces last week. Want to accumulate again this week. It's the best way to go about it. It's my personal take. WLE, XAU all the way. Too fan. Definitely a shortcoming. Okay. Sebastian, good morning to you, brother. Hope you're well. TikTok, if you could make sure to like the stream as well. Just smash that little screen for me if you can. There's only 340 odd. There's usually well over 1,000 by now. Thank you guys. AWS multimedia. Have you entered a trade? Oh no, waiting for a pullback. Almost, dude. Almost. Looking for a buy. We still could be looking for a buy. The M30 is closing. All right, let's have a look at this again. Closing week. Okay, so the M30 looks like it's potentially exhausting here to the upside. What I was going to say is we could use the fib here on the 15. If this closed back weak bearish, that could give us a potential entry signal to the downside. Perhaps we grab the downside liquidity needed from the 5-minute consolidation zone, but it's not going to close back above that point, and what that's going to do is close the M30 back very weak bullish. So to me, there is definitely no entry off the back of that. But once again, if we close close to the high here, preferably engulfing the body, then the buy options are back on the table. Guys, also just quickly, I'm not sure, it's probably more my members, but other than the 2 gentlemen that I know of who purchased Forextester online subscriptions, apparently it's been a few more. If you have, could you let me know your email? You send me a DM. The good folk at Forextester want some sort of confirmation. Probably doesn't apply to you, but just in case it does. All right. Issue is we've got more than 12 minutes remaining on this candle. It could make the move just now. That used to be the case. The other option that we could have presenting is the interruption candle entry. So wait and see. We need to wait 12 minutes and see how this candle closes. Random. So I've just addressed that issue. If it closes past it, we may have what our team call the interruption entry. So where we have this sort of scenario present, we have strong bullish engulfing candle, well and truly engulfing the high of that bearish candle. Off the back of that, it validates this as the pause interruption candle entry. So we've had one candle closing back in the opposite direction to the trend, and this trade is taken in anticipation. It's, well, first of all, it's valid, so it is a valid entry. It's a signal entry. It's not just we think it's going to happen. But what we see, what probability suggests to us in my team, is that if the new candle opens up, likely it's going to create that lower wick. A likely point for it to pull back to is the high of that bearish candle. And that's where I could set a limit order buy stop loss back below. It's usually below the interruption candle low, but that would be quite a distance. So I'd probably just use previous candle's low. I have to wait and see. To be honest, it technically has to be below the interruption candle low, and in anticipation that it will bounce off that level, and when it flips you get to break even, or when you get to enough profit you get to break even. Generally speaking, it's when it flips, and you look for the continuation as breaks the high of that previous candle. So there is a plan in case it does just begin to pop above and close above. You have to just wait and see. Just over 10 minutes. Random, perfect. No, nice one, man. anyone currently running any trades, let me know. Quickly do it around, so let's have a look at GJ. So it's up at that resistance now. All right, so this is where you start to want to see a little bit of structure form from the resistance. You're obviously triggering some sellers. Would not be chasing it to the upside, reason being it is at a very strong level of resistance here in a 4-hour time frame. So for me, definitely not the level to be buying it from. You want to buy it from the pullback. Not sure if you're gonna have the margin by the looks of things, but that could be a potential zone for price to pull back to within the current daily candle, where you want to see buyers step in, defend that level, look for a buyer. Have a look at GU just quickly, making its way back up to the resistance. It's at a level of resistance here to the left, so potential level to start looking for sell options, in my opinion. You have the right type of confirmation. EU very similar to GU. Excuse me. Nasdaq drew up a chart just before. It's also at a bit of a resistance here to the left, a minor time frame resistance, just consolidating below it. Obviously, as time of day is not usually of high volume for Nasdaq. Asian session, which is late into US Sunday evening, did make some nice moves. Yeah, I'd just be looking for pullback buys. Similar analysis to gold, really, on NAS. ByBit took partials of my trade today, bro. Still nice one. Good work. Yeah, that is the entry of the day. By far and away, that is definitely the entry of the day. When I look at the charts, when I first came to look at the charts and thought, where could I possibly got involved today if I was on the charts, it's definitely that point. Strong confirmation there. Volume. You've got momentum, you've got bullish engulfing, not only in previous candle, but engulfing the resistance, clean traffic to the left. That to me is definitely the level to get involved. Adrian G, praying for pullback. I'd love for it to dump. Yeah, and I've mentioned it many times. Emil, you're in EU, buy from 1.15552. Nice one. You're well and truly in profit, so good work, mate. Lawsy, good day to you. Welcome. Hope you're well. One of the YouTube members. One of my 3 members, I think, on YouTube. Hope you're well, mate. Welcome. You're gold long. Got in early. Nice one. Holding trailing. Good work, mate. Good work. Yeah, just mentioned that was, for me, it would have been a cracking entry. That is literally Tokyo Open. Gian, hopefully MY session dump and consolidate, then we can rise. Yeah, obviously it's still very early doors. For the most part, London has not been great for gold, but we'll see. There's still plenty of time for it to potentially do something. Sebastian just open a sell position. AD CAD entry 0.914. Is that how low this thing is at the moment? Damn, it used to be parity. Aussie used to be stronger for a bit. CAD would be a little bit stronger. Now it's just shooting all over the Aussie dollar. Just shows how weak the Aussie's been. 91 for you just opened. Okay, so what's your stop? 91,488. 488? Oh, it's on a buy position, I think. I'm not too sure what's going on here. Oh, sorry, stop loss is 91,614. Sorry, yeah, it's above the swing high. Okay, fair enough. Is that a 4-hour resistance? That's a good thing. Daily's pretty much just consulting. It's not broken high of the previous daily. The weekly closed back bearish, so you're anticipating perhaps this is the highest point of the daily. Again, it's at a resistance on the 4-hour, 30, the hourly, all the minor time frames, obviously. So as far as the entry point, I like it. Yeah, I do like it. That's the levels you want to get involved if you can, if you have the right signal to do so. For me, the confirmation would have been likely either this, pull back again, or just simply a strong closure by that wick, retest, and then continuation. But as far as a level, I definitely like the level, and I wish you luck. Remove that for now. Remove that to the upside as well. And again, if now I really like the fact that we're triggered in sellers at obviously the daily high. Just delete it. And we are pulling back, so we've formed that resistance. So I do believe if we begun to pop back above it, that will provide a potential entry point to the upside. Again, if we close what we're above it, I want to see a strong body candle that would suggest momentum is back to the upside, that the buyers are present once again. And obviously we would have wiped out those sellers at the back of that. That would give me my entry signal to the upside. So again, I'm liking what I'm seeing, whether it be upon the pullback for a potential buy or again, strong approach towards the current daily candles high. They're the two options at the moment. Okay, I think I accidentally deleted a message of yours on YouTube. Didn't mean to.
Hey, good morning, Jackson.
How's it going, mate?
Hey,
Oof.
okay. What do you mean? What do you mean?
No, I just accidentally deleted the last message that you sent a while ago on YouTube.
Okay.
I didn't block you on the stream though, by accident.
Oh.
I may have. If I have, can you still watch the stream?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so I haven't blocked you.
Yeah, so
All good.
I've opened because I'm on the Zoom call.
Yep.
And then I've also opened the YouTube. So then
Appreciate it, man.
write some things here. So yeah, looking also for some buys on gold.
Yep.
Let's see. Maybe I would really appreciate if we would go down a little bit to the support area, and from this area taking some buys.
Yeah, that's what I would also prefer. But we'll see. I mean, if it does go strong back above, that to me is also a pretty strong signal.
Yeah. So the issues for me, it's already nearly 2%.
On the day. Yeah.
Yeah, on the day it's a lot at the end. So, and there is the chance that maybe there will be some rejection at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always that chance, isn't there?
So you didn't know, so it's really pumping at the end, at the beginning.
Yeah.
So I don't know if was there some news.
No, not the only thing I can make that makes it a bit of sense to me is the fact that the US government could be back from shutdown. It could be agreement.
Okay.
Obviously in the Senate, potential agreement, so maybe it's spurred risk, you know, people happy again to invest money into the markets. It's also pumped Bitcoin. Maybe that was that started yesterday.
Also XRP is pumping.
Yeah, the whole crypto market by the looks of things.
Yeah, I'm invested in XRP, therefore I'm
Yeah.
looking for that. And yeah, I was also astonished about it.
Yeah, it's a really big move. That is the wild west of crypto.
Yeah, that's correct.
Makes these massive moves.
I really got a very good entry point. By the way, it's more or less half a year ago, and there was also below my entry point, but not that much. So yeah, was a good entry point at the end. So
yeah,
hoping maybe it's pumping more up to the upside.
Yeah, hopefully for you, mate. Hopefully it does. Yeah, not fast. The crypto can do whatever it wants. I'm just more concerned by silver, but gold as well.
Yeah.
So
was everything okay with my message from?
Oh yeah, thank you, mate. Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, it appears that was okay. It's just 3 other email addresses apparently through my link, but they just want screenshot proof, so probably won't get it. But yeah, yours is all good. Thank you, mate.
Very good.
JC Paul 87. When was the last time gold was this high? Wasn't that long ago. Last 2 weeks back. Still got 9 minutes in this candle, but we could be looking for maybe some continuation buy options. Jian Kun. Actually, how US government shutdown and is going to affect gold. To be honest, I'm not entirely certain. I'm not going to lie. Gold Sniper trying to tax me nearly 50% for trading. Get a pointless trading and paying half government. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was different in the UK, to be honest, mate. I know here we will pay a fortune. I have no idea how it works over there. Speaking of, mine is... I'm going to pay for mine on Wednesday. I'm not looking forward to it, but it has to be... I don't know if it has to be, to be honest. I've been looking into things, but I'm not suggesting don't pay your taxes, then don't get me wrong. But tax office is totally separate entity to government office, any government office, to be honest. It's not law enforcement as well. There is not that much they can do. They just make you shit your pants, basically, is what they will do. So yes, I'm paying my tax. I'm not saying I'm not paying it. But if you look deep enough into it, there is many ways around it. I'll stop you, won't be real much. Tommy, how you going, brother?
All good, mate. All good. Good weekend.
Same shit with my brother being away. It's shit house because it means I have to pick up the slack, the family side of things here. So just cold, boring, wet, busy, long, and not in a good way. Definitely not long in a good way. How about you?
Yeah, no, all good, mate. All good. Just had a bit of a chilled weekend this weekend, and yeah, took it easy. Happy to see gold flying.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. I'm not. Nothing against you.
I'm still holding.
Mate, I was gonna buy yesterday. I thought, no, I'll just wait and see how things play out first day of the week. Maybe get the new weekly carrying a little week or some shit, and not done that. And I don't reckon it has to be honest.
So Tommy, you ordered already your sports car?
Not yet. If it was a bigger position, Frank, I would have done.
So how about the overnight fees and so on? Because I don't know, it's more than 10 days or 1 week, or?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
well, I got triggered in on I think the 28th of October.
Okay, yeah. Oh, more than
So yeah, it's been a while.
2 weeks. Okay, very good. Yeah, I was also in, you remember, and then I was already out. There was a small loss there.
Yeah, you gotta trust it.
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta trust it.
Yeah, you said this already.
That's the thing, mate, because the daily's you're gonna be in more drawdown, obviously, in the daily, a higher time frame. But having said that, you just have to really low lot size and accept that your risk. And for me, the only potential get out was if it broke that candle's low. That was nowhere near it. Unless, for instance, this candle closes strong bearish in itself, and then maybe the following candle begins to break, and then I still probably keep part of it. I know what you mean, though. You'd be definitely thinking it's a good chance of taking me out. Might as well just cut it short. But I'd probably maybe just cut partials, but hold on to some of it, because again, this thing, there's this stop loss. If it taps in, and we're seeing the data that suggests it's going to continue bullish after pulling back, it's in a strong uptrend, and you can get onto a massive trade. I did the same. I was in on the gold interruption from bloody 3,500 or something below from here. I closed at like not even a around a 1-to-1. Imagine if I held. I would have bought it. No, not a sports car. A big, massive 4x4 pickup or some shit. riding around the bloody, I don't know, the little dirt roads of the rural Thailand or some shit, ripping it up. Yeah, that's what I would be doing. But I closed it very early. Oh, if only, if only. It's always the case, isn't it? Gold Sniper, withdrew the money and ended my trading account. People raging at them. What was their call government? Yeah, well, it's unfortunate, isn't it? There's not much we can do with it. Fortunately, we have a government. Don't know who actually. The ones here in Oz, anyway. I don't think anyone voted for the incumbent party. To be honest, everyone I speak to there's no. So I think it is, you know, maybe higher power dictate the result. To be honest. Because our Prime Minister is the biggest flog. He is such an embarrassment. It's unbelievable. And I've heard yours is the same shit. I've heard he's terrible as well. KS Multimedia, which indicator shows the sessions and trading view. Well, this one just shows the Asian range. There is one which will show you the different sessions. So the Asian, London, and MI. I'm not too sure what it's called though. Peter, how's this shit? How shit is this Melbourne weather? It is unbelievable. It is so bad, isn't it? It's getting worse. Tomorrow is supposed to be another shit house day. Maori Girl 88, welcome to you. Definitely going to 4,105. Okay, that's confidence. Like your confidence. I believe it definitely will go to 4,105 and well beyond that. Not saying it's going to happen though right now or today or tomorrow. But again, my belief is gold will eventually be over 10k. I have no doubt at all. So maybe I'm being a little bit greedy by wanting it to pull back. Why don't I just buy it now? Well, I probably will end up FOMOing into the physical stuff I'm talking about, not the trading. Trading, I'm very patient, very disciplined. When it comes to physical metal accumulation, I would obviously, as per anyone else, would rather get it at a discount. But what works best is just DCA, and that's what I've been doing the whole way along with silver. And he's starting to pump. Wow. I haven't made a gold purchase, well, not for a month anyway. I was going to make another one. Probably will still do it this week. Moali, do you think it can hit all-time high by the end of it? I do believe it could. Still got plenty of time this month. Again, doesn't mean it has to do it, but yes, I do believe. Looking also at the high time frame picture here, once again, we have finally we've had a bit of a pullback. We after I think it was 9 weeks in a row of straight bullish, had now a proper pullback. These long liquidity wicks to the downside suggest to me that perhaps we've grabbed what the necessary liquidity from the downside in order to continue back in line with the actual trend itself. Also, what I obviously noticed is the fact that we respected and it continued to close back above 4k. Very close to closing below it, but we remain above it. So that is a key level of psychological number. And I do believe that this could be the current, potentially the current floor for gold, a new floor. And we could just head up back towards the all-time high again. Anything could happen. Something could come out of the US and gold shits the bed or something, who knows. But yeah, I believe we'll more likely head back bullish than drop any further. All right, so we've got London open, guys, and still consolidating. Same shit. London is just miserable as the Melbourne weather at the minute of late. We are just consolidating into London. For me, there's definitely no impulse buy. Need a strong closure above the 15. Pepper nickel, what confirmation is there? There is none. Yeah, I'm not avoiding it. I almost took an entry earlier. I'm not avoiding it. I just need a confirmation. I don't have it. And there's no chance I'm taking it from consolidation. Mo Ali. London's trash. I think nowadays, yeah, it honestly it's not been great. The moves tend to come in Asian session. New York session, there's always volume about. London, technically speaking, is the most liquid of the three main markets. Well, four, I think. Sydney, if you include Sydney, but the three main markets. Let's just say the Asian, London, and US market, NY. Generally speaking, London has the most liquidity across the board, but in terms of volume and movement, so on and so forth, gold especially, it tends to move more so during the Asian and New York sessions. Perhaps that's because it's obviously of a time of day where Trump is up tweeting, also of a day where people are at work, at the office, things like that. So obviously into the Asian session, they're away from the office, but who knows, you know, what they do back in their own this back at home, whatever. If Trump tweets or something, shifts the markets. And obviously the Asians are big consumers of physical gold as well, especially China, India, two of the main world economies. So it tends to move more freely, I believe, during the Asian and New York session. I would consider doing some Asian session streams when I do actually have the time for it. At the moment, I'm very hard pressed for that. And New York, figured about, it's just way too late. Yes, he trades. Do I only trade breakouts? No, breakouts I don't trade often, to be honest. It's probably the least. It's probably my least favorite trade. But again, I have a strict rule for it. And if it is ticked off, then I trust it. But for the most part, it's not ticked off. So I rarely take a breakout trade. Marlo was a crazy jump today. Was watching since 10 AM. Yeah, it's been a massive move, mate, hasn't it? Only realish? I do not trade I.C.T. at all. No, not at all. Never trade fair value gaps. Never once in my life. Danielle, all the time I would like to enter buy, but I have the feeling that it has run out. Yeah, I understand what you mean. A lot of the time when you come to charts and you see, you know, you look at the daily, you can see the strength of the current daily, the push to the upside. And you'd be doubting whether it can continue. So if that is the case, then again, you gotta have strict rules as to what you want to see in order to take the continuation buy, or you just simply say to yourself you're not comfortable. So I'm looking to the left. I'm looking towards what the previous level was formed within the current daily candle to the left hand side, and that's where I want price to pull back to and give me some sort of signal to buy it from. And you trust that there, you feel more comfortable if that is to be the case. As a trader, I always say to my guys, and I've always said to myself after, you know, being reckless and doing stupid shit in charts, you gotta trust yourself and you gotta be comfortable and confident in your entry. And if you're not, there's probably a reason for it. So just don't trade. Don't take your trade. You want to be as comfortable as you possibly can. So have the plan, set the rules, and just wait. So if you plan and you feel more comfortable by waiting for it to pull back, and you know, create that plan and create the rules for it. Because there's every chance gold can continue to pump, but if you're not feeling, you know, comfortable in that, then just leave it be. Come back for, you know, next session, or see how things are next day. Only really, your wife cries of what you do for work. I don't have a wife, my friend. Uncle Bully, will gold hit 4,070 or pullback? Not sure, mate. It's obviously pumping to the upside here. So again, the options, guys. Could have a 30-minute interruption candle. That will be pushing well into my dinner time. 15-minute closure above. Still may look for a limit order if we get the strong closure above, and it will be back at the high of that bearish candle. Wow, look at this. Only really, I could really say something that would probably make you cry right now. It's probably not appropriate. My team, type in the chat. Not appropriate, but still, it's a bit of a laugh. Definitely not appropriate though. But yeah, anyway. So Mix, why not trade fair value gaps? Because it's just not me, it's not what I do. Lebanese Warrior in a bit from 4004. Nice work, my friend. Oh, you're on him. No, Mark. This is the 15, but I do look at 30. Michael, no, I'm definitely waiting for a closure here. Yeah, there's no confirmation for me. It's come from consolidation. Not even a 5 minutes closed above. We're about to do so. There we go, 88, bullish to move. Yeah, appears to be the case, and I'm going to be buying gold for a lot more than what I wanted to buy it for. But still, again, I still believe it's well and truly going to eclipse the all-time high and way into towards that 10k region eventually. Daniel, do I recommend any traders on YouTube to watch when learning to trade? Just people who trade live, because we can't hide it. Watch myself, I'm on YouTube as well, so at this time of day. Otherwise, I don't know, mate. I don't watch any other streamers, to be honest. I mean, can't remember the last time I watched another streamer, to be honest. Kirkaday, 8:15 to close above. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for as well. All right, what would be really, really good is if this 5 minute taps in and then bounces back up, closes weak bearish, then we'll look to buy it on the next M15. And I may look for a slightly early entry above the 5 minute candle. So we'll see, really wants to pop back down. But we're left that consolidation area, so build up perhaps the area of liquidity here. We're starting to trend again. We'll push to the upside again. But again, what will give me more confidence is if we in fact do retest that resistance and begin to bounce off it. Still got 4 minutes left off this M15 and obviously 5 minute. All right, very close to tapping into that resistance. Ooh. Not quite done it yet. All right, doing it on, I can see my broker's chart. Surely that's tapped in now. Is it not? Oh man, I got with half a pip. All right, it's about to do it. Yeah, we've done it. Nice one. All right, so now we want to bounce and close weak bearish. All right, so now, well, I can't, gotta wait and see what the lowest point of this candle is. But this is where I can look to use the fib. And if this candle closed above the 0.382, it'd be a weak bearish candle in the M5. We'll have the 15-minute catalyst, so 15-minute would have closed above the resistance. And I would look for an early entry based off the 5-minute. So before it breaks the catalyst candle's high, I would look for an entry as it breaks the 5-minute high. Now it is creating a lower low, and we're pulling back once again within the Asian session range here. And if this closes back within it, then there is no entry. It's just, we're right back into consolidation. Perhaps we've just grabbed upside liquidity in order to push back down towards that 4,067 sort of region. So we're still patiently waiting here, guys. We've got the makings of a potential signal, but we need the confirmation first of all. So we want this candle to start to rip back up, close back above this horizontal. That would suggest, again, we've done enough. We've pulled away from that area of liquidity from the consolidation. Close back weak bearish in a 5-minute. We've popped all the way back within that consolidation area, only to bounce back above. So once again, looks like we could do it, guys. So we could have a potential entry here. All right, let me prepare my terminal. Now you need to, so for me, I'm looking to see what the highest point in this M5 is, and it's 4,081.48, 4,082.10. $4,082.10. And it didn't close above, so it's no entry after all that. It's just closed back too strong. So we closed above on the 15, but again, the 5, that's a pretty strong bearish candle. Let's wait 5 minutes and let's see if we get a bullish engulfing now. Because once again, at least we've got the catalyst on the 15. It's a weak, in the end, look, it's closed above either way. So we have engulfed, we have left a strong, a big upper wick, sorry. So I would now need another signal within that catalyst, the 15-minute candle closed above, and that would be the 5-minute closure here. So the 5-minute, we're starting to form once again, perhaps a bit of structure here. If we close strong bullish, then we could have an option on the following 5-minute candle. So not in yet. Not set the order yet. Well, that doesn't look like we're going to be setting it. It's like gold. Alright, forget it. Gold is just tricking people at the minute. That's what it's doing. I'm not going to be one of them at the minute. Marley, sorry mate, I just missed. You let the highway losing 20k. Yeah, that's. We all learn. I didn't lose that much, but I definitely lost at the beginning a lot. This is just a mess. 15-minute is very, very choppy. 4 hour looks very clean. Fucking low. Brandon EQ might dump now. Looking similar to gold, so it's difference in Nasdaq NAS I think was, or is it the same? No, Nasdaq same. Yeah, they look very similar to gold. To me, I don't see anything yet to suggest that it's going to dump. 4 hour does look like it's potentially exhausting. That is maybe one indication. It's not necessarily at a level here to the left. Still has some margin to the upside for that. Just broken out of the resistance, or broke out earlier today. So perhaps it could be coming back down to retest it. It does definitely look like it's exhausting. It's also the time of day. I wouldn't expect much volume on it this time of day. Yeah, so for me, I'd be looking for the pullback buy as well. It is at same as NAS. It is at some minor resistance. I'm respecting it to the left here. So I'd preference a pullback buy personally. I mean, honestly, guys, I know some of you will be in trades and some of you, well, some I know have been in trades from earlier today. Well done to you guys, but some will be entering trades based off maybe levels, certain levels. For me, I just see this as all consolidation. I don't see any entry, any clear entry whatsoever. There's not much I can do about it. Much as I want to try to find a trade, it's all shit at the minute. Daniel, what's up? Would you take any shorts on NQ going into tomorrow, or think it will rip more? To be honest, I don't look to the future that far ahead. I'm just a scalper, so I look for small movements at the time when I'm on the charts. Again, I do believe it's at a level where it could potentially pull back to reject, but to me, I think it's more upside potential moving forward throughout the week, so I'd be looking for a pullback buy more so than a sell option. A lot of it will come down to obviously what's happening over in the US with the potential for government to be back, which I believe will be a good thing potentially for equities, risk on. Who knows what sort of announcements will come out of it. And I do believe they will continue to prop this thing up, Nasdaq, all the equities. So I would preference buy options if it were me. All good, no worries, mate. Yeah, so the only thing I can see, I'd have to play off the 30-minute because the 15 looks shit. To me, the 15 looks very ugly. The 5-minute, not much better. So to me, it will come down to the M30 closing strong bullish above, and then the options will be either continuation buy, because what we would have done is retested the zone already on the 5 minute, only it's closed back above in the M30. That's one tick. Or the preference would be the interruption IC entry back at the high of this bearish candle. So I'll stick around for that, and that is really eating into my dinner time, and I'm pretty hungry, man, to be honest. So we'll see. Has to close strong. Okay. Good day with 2.5 lots, 10 pips, stop loss beat 250. Just depends on what asset you're trading, what you're trading against. Again, if you're not too sure about that, you can go to, yeah, I'll type in once again, stat.com to the end of that. Yeah, I use this. This calculates it all automatically for me. Okay, yeah, again, it's because of what it's the underlying asset that you're trading. There we go. Yeah, it's okay. It's good toolkit. The on-screen is better, but for some reason it's asking for me to key in my license again, and it's saying that license already been used. So I have no idea how to get that working again. So I'm now using the actual hardware version. Okay, good. So it all depends on the asset you're trading. So again, you might need and we'll try that website I mentioned above. Otherwise, MagicKeys, it's all calculated for you automatically. Online version's not expensive. It's only like 30 US or something. Well worth it in my opinion. All good. Buy potentially, but I need to wait 5 minutes. Hamza, analyze, confirm trade is my strategy now. So I've done the analysis. I'm just waiting for the confirmation. If I get the confirmation, I'll place the trade. Confirmation for me here will be a strong 30-minute closure above, and I'll be looking for what we call the interruption candle entry. So 4 minutes, just on 4 minutes, guys, remaining. We need this thing to pump now. Now I'd want it to close about 15 to 20 pips above. With the volume on gold these days, there's a lot more of it than when we first come up with this entry type. So generally speaking, it was that 8 to 10 pip mark, but the volume is a lot more significant now. These candles are a lot wider than what they used to be over a year ago. So therefore, it wanted to close significantly above, and that would be about that 20 pip mark. We can also use the fib. Opposite way this time. from high to low, and we probably want it closer to that 0.786. That would suggest there is strength in this candle. 0.618. Let's just mark that in first, and let's see how far above that level actually is. Let's mark both. Get the pip counter out. So that's 8 pips. 0.618 won't cut it. That one's 23. So well, let's go with that 20, 15 or 20. Let's mark in the 15 for the time being. So 15 pips above. What's the high? 79, 12. We need to be at 80, 62. Why is that not? Oh. So we want it to close above there for it to be a valid interruption entry in the next minute and 25 seconds. Raj, you think we're still bullish? Yes, I do believe we're still bullish. All right, so if it does close above, then the entry will be set at the high of that bearish candle on the M30. Sorry, the resistance itself. No, the bearish candle. I apologize, the bearish candle. That is the interruption. Confusing myself here. So therefore, 15 pips above is a little bit lower down. Gonna be 848, so we're right on it basically. $40.79.08 is the highest point in that bearish candle. All right, wow, it's right on it. We've got under 10 seconds, guys. We're gonna close above. All right, we are. All right, so buy limit will be set 40.79.08. Now the conditions are this candle cannot break the high of the previous candle. Stop loss will be back below the 30-minute low. 4,079.08. All right, so not been triggered in. And it can't flip and break the previous candle's high. If it does, it's no longer valid in accordance to this particular entry. Doesn't mean later on it wouldn't be on a delayed interruption entry, but I personally wouldn't be looking to take it. Oh, I'm in. So I've been triggered. No, it didn't get triggered in. Should have been triggered in. Thought I was. It popped up green. A little premature. Not quite. Very close to being triggered in. Watch it pump now. I got within a whisker. What's the last point? Oh man, it's missed me by point. Literally about 0.5 of a pip. The difference in the spread. Sorry?
Sorry, I'm in. Sorry.
You got triggered in?
Yeah.
And I had it light up green. I didn't get triggered in.
Yeah.
I swear I was about to trigger in.
I make it market execution.
Oh man.
10 pips up. Okay, set B.
Yeah, well, if anyone's in it, you had about 12 pips on the table.
Yeah, but okay, it was then pumping down right now and I'm out. Eh? What happened? Okay.
How did you get out? You?
Yeah, because I set the stop loss in profit.
Ah.
And this was at 6 pip, so it was with my MagicKeys here. And then it went down and then I was out, so I took 6 pips in profit. So
Oh man, I got so close to being triggered in again. It didn't quite. Lurking in corners to this particular entry, it says it flips, you take some profit and then just let the rest go. Raj, you need 1k. Yeah, I'm not responsible for you reaching that 1k. If you don't, and if you lose, it's not liable. So, and twice, the second time as well, it lit up. It's gone.
Serve me too, Justin. Fuck. Oh man.
25 pips if everyone's on it. Well done. That's the move.
Shit, that's my. Okay. Do you normally put your stop loss also in profit or?
No, definitely not that much. No. I put it to cover the commission. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know why it's supposed to. Maybe it changed also the spread in this time. I don't know.
No, it didn't really pop that. I mean, it did afterwards pop right near the entry. But when you said you're out, it was still well off the entry at that point.
Yeah, I was correct. So I was at 10 pips in profit, and then I set it to stop loss in profit, and it was out. And I was thinking, hey, was it pumping that much down at stop loss? And I saw it okay at 6 pips in profit. Yeah, I don't know. Need to check it. Again.
No, fair enough, man. It's probably a parameter set. So that would what an entry, guys. If anyone took it, no drawdown. Look at that.
Absolutely.
Look at that. Again, it's all patience. Whether you got triggered in or not. Unfortunately for me, the spread, I don't swear I should have been in. It definitely dropped below that 08, the level. Oh man, look at it go. Well done. If anyone's in it, well done. And again, you learned something on the stream. That is the interruption counter entry. It's not I.C.T. or whatever, fair value gaps. It's not S.M.C. It's the interruption entry, which you heard about and learned first on this stream. Oh, morning, bit late charts. So looks like nice one. I did, but I didn't get triggered in. I did not get triggered in. It is what it is. All right, guys, I got to get going. I got to go make dinner. It's getting late here. Well done for anyone who did take the trade. Good work. Targets 4100. Come on, Gold. Shit the bed. Really shit the bed. I don't want to be buying it. So expensive. Later on. Physical, talking about trading wise. Wouldn't care less with pumps, but I'd rather it drop so I can purchase the physical cheaper. But it is what it is. Not going to happen. Alright, guys. Well done. Well done. I'll be back possibly tomorrow. I can't guarantee tomorrow. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. YouTube. Well, TikTok, first of all, make sure to jump across and suss out the YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube stream, because if I'm not on TikTok, you may find me on YouTube. If I go missing on TikTok, which is a possibility, it's happened before, you'll find me on YouTube. Yeah, so once again, guys, in the future, I wouldn't mind branching out a little bit, doing some different videos and slightly different subjects to trading. But yeah, keep an eye out for some of that moving forward. Cheers, guys. Thank you for all your support on stream today. If you'd like to know any more about what I do and the team do, feel free to send me a DM, or just feel free to send me a DM, say hello, and I always reply. Yeah, that's it, guys. Trade safe, take care. You guys, my team, I will chat to you in the chat.
Yeah, thank you, Justin.
Catch you later.
Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you, mate. See you guys. YouTube, TikTok. Until next time, take care. Have a good one. Bye, team.